cloud line. That's just like a bright line. That's cool. Rough punching through that storm. Now you can only see 50 to 75 yards in front of you. Feels good to be out of it though. So guys, we're going through Illinois right now. It looks pretty flat with just a bunch of trees to me, kind of like Kansas except for the trees. But yeah, Missouri was a trip. We did stay the night there at a Motel 8. I think it was in Boonville. But man, this morning the rain, it took us quite a while to punch through that storm. But yeah, hydroplaning sucks. But it's pretty cool on this side of the storm. You can still see it. It's pretty black off the distance and clear up in front of us. You got your books back there, Bubba? Yeah. So the kids are all reading their books and being pretty good, actually. So anyway, this is a new state for me. Actually, every state from here on out is going to be a new state for me. So I'll let you know when I hit a new state. So guys, I'm in Indiana. Just went through Indianapolis, and I'm getting tired. I'm extremely excited though, really am. I just can't wait to get there. I already talked to Tom, and I think probably by now they're already there, setting up the teepees. So yeah, very excited. Definitely seems like the trees were bigger once I got to Indiana, almost immediately once I crossed the state line. So things seem to change a little bit. And the roads are a little rough, but I don't know if that's just the road I'm on. Yeah, beautiful state. I'll let you know when I hit Ohio. So it looks like we're getting ready to hit another big storm, and we'll probably be driving in it the entire time we're in Ohio. But thought I'd just show you that. Skies have definitely darkened up ahead of us. Look very ominous. So yeah, we'll see. Kind of sucks driving in the rain because, man, earlier we were hydroplaning quite a bit. Well, we'll let you know. Well guys, we're just crossing into Ohio. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I couldn't wait to get here, to be honest with you. The rain has not stopped. It was pretty hard earlier. You couldn't hardly see maybe 50 to 100 yards in front of you. And of course had to slow down, but yeah, not too bad yet. Definitely changed here. A lot hillier, or mountainous, however you want to call it. Beautiful state so far. I think I like Ohio. Well, we'll get at you a little later. This is part of Highway 50 going to Hillsboro. Real windy road. Roads are a little slick, so I'm not taking it too fast. So this morning, I woke up to all these songbirds. Those darn bullfrogs. Yeah, morning comes a lot earlier here. At least it seems that way. Back home it's about 4 o'clock. Here it's about 5. Well, I gotta get ready. I don't know if you can hear all the birds, but yeah, they'll definitely wake you up. Well, it's definitely morning. I'll have to get myself up and around.
Go around it. You got this end right here. Okay.
It's not an adventure, it's a job.
Look at that flat. Anybody else want one here? Now we're coming back up.
You want to ride?
Way I do
We got
is
a
I
third
put my
volunteer.
fingers
It's not a job, it's an adventure. Therefore, it's not an adventure, it's a job.
Understood?
Where's it? Turn up the air conditioner.
All right. I got that.
So we got the main primitive school here, and the yurts down this other side, and then of course you can see the teepees here. And this one's mine here. I got the Goal Zero kind of hanging up there, charging and whatnot. And right behind the teepee is the lake, and it kind of winds around all the camping areas. But, pretty cool. Anyways, all the vendors are down this row here, left side and right side. But then we've got some people camping up in the trees, and a few people with some tents over here. Right back in this area is mostly the vendors and Pathfinder instructors. But, yep, we'll check out some more cool stuff.
All that kind of stuff. But I wanted to try to get one off the landscape with a knife. If I can do that, then I could get one off the landscape with a rock. So this is kind of where I'm at with growing my skill sets in the pump trail. And just kind of ironing out the kinks of this one. Natural cordage is basswood. We don't have tulip poplar where we're from. And just kind of tweaking the contact with the fireboard.
See, put it down.
Make sure my materials are good. You know, I don't want to rule out anything until I get the design dialed in. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Pretty simple unless you have to make it off the landscape. There's some problems that need to be addressed. One is this main shaft has to have a counterweight. In all the books, they show a nice piece of cut firewood with a hole drilled in the middle of it.
I know, right?
And you can't do that with a knife in the woods. So what I did was split this piece, carved a notch in it, and then after the notch was big enough to accept the main shaft here, lashed it together. This is just regular deer hide. And then did the same for the pump. So you can see that. You see how these little toggles, these are old. This is actually part of this main balsam fir piece. Wedged them in to split the middle with the knife, just tapped it in. You know, grabbed some hardwood twigs to open it a little bit and then pulled it open after lashing these two ends so they didn't split all the way out and you have two pieces. And then when this was open, these keep the handle from rocking too far back and forth so your spindle stays pretty straight.
Do you need to keep it separated a little bit so it doesn't bind on itself?
There's that. There's also, you want this to run up and down smoothly. So the bonus to having pre-made fibers instead of basswood is that pre-made fibers can take torque, but they stretch out a little bit, so this handle eventually sinks and starts hitting against your counterweight. You don't want that. The downside to natural fibers is these can't take the torque and the abrasion as much, so you only have a limited time with them. So I'm just going to try it one more time before waiting for an audience, and if we don't get fire, we'll do some troubleshooting from there. You know, I might get a smaller chuck. I know this board is relatively dry. The nice thing about trading out the dowels of cedar or willow or basswood is you have all these alternatives without damaging your major investment of time and energy, which is the machine.
So how did you drill the end of that to accept the dowel?
Oh, this is just a split piece of wood?
No, where you actually put the changeable dowels in?
Split separate the board after you take your knife and just kind of wiggle it in there until you have a cone. And then you tap it out and then you hollow it out a little bit better once you have the expansion contraction thing.
Okay.
So, lesson that I just learned was that if this is too big, it's one more moving part and it can cant out. So yeah, one last good effort to try to at least get smoke. Oops. Yeah, it just keeps drifting out. So, well, let's go to carve this and let it rest until we get there.
Yeah, sure.
Hopefully we'll have a better performance.
Can I sit?
I wouldn't be so nervous about it if it wasn't for natural cordage. That's the weak part.
They really can't torque down on it.
Right, or you can, but only for a few given time.
Yeah.
And you're done.
So there's the alpaca booth there with the white top and the brown sides, and then we've got canteen shop right next to them, and some tents. Then we got Duluth packed down there somewhere, and the teepees are all the way down at the end. So that's pretty cool.
I gotta warn you, I just got my first pull with this less than an hour ago, so we'll see how this goes. This one, you can't rush this one. This one's gonna take a little bit of time to warm up. I'm just trying to use more back muscles, less arm muscles. Try to adjust it so I can breathe as easy as possible.
One of our community members, the guy who shared this technology with our school, is from Arizona. He goes to Rabbit Stick a lot. He's in his early 70s and he's still cranking these poles out. He says you got to sneak up on it, especially when you're an old man like me. You just got to go slow. When you first see that little bit of smoke wisping out of it, that's when you start to increase your speed and start breathing heavy. If you ever get that way, Maricopa, Arizona, look up Al Cornell. We call him the Fire Buddha. have it. You might have it.
You know, I was about to ask how often they break.
Yeah.
I decided not to, just so it wouldn't jinx. Must have been thinking it though.
Did you get a coal?
No.
Ah, too bad. That's why they call it the fire saw.
Saw it for a second.
Nice. Anyway, we'll be working on each station. We just want to give you a brief exposure to the technique so that you can choose one that kind of calls to you.
And just, I can show you where that failed here. This is the third time I've tried with this same, or we've tried with this same one. So the third notch snapped on one of the other ones. So.
Okay. And Owen, you ready to go out there?
Oh yeah, and you gotta sit on the board. Stop it from moving. You gotta make sure it's held down. So that's the first way. It's pretty effective, you know. Hey, it looks like a cranky baby or something. So that's the first way, and then the other way, it's kind of more relaxing, but maybe not as easy. Kind of lean back and just hold this with one hand, and then
This is the lounge drill.
the lounge drill, we call it.
Now, in this technique, you're not going to get the necessary downward pressure to get that
It's hard
black
to get the
dust.
pressure in this technique. You only have one hand, you don't have pretty much leverage.
To replace downward pressure, he's going for duration and speed.
And it does get your legs tired.
Could you, if you were tired, could you use like a stone or something on top to help?
No, he can't just be right.
Yeah.
So he's going for
Yes, you can
duration
have
and
like a log
speed
hold it down for
to
you.
make up for that. So you'll see his dust is going to be almost a tannish yellow color, but to make up for that, he'll have a whole lot of it, and then that heat will generate from inside of that core of that dust. It's the luck of our Irishman is gone. I don't know what we're going to do now. Well, did you get a coal?
Okay, so no ember that time, but
You're fired. No, just keep try. Give him one more shot. 'Cause-
okay, I'll have to make a new.
Alright, he's got to go through a new notch. Let's just get the demonstration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traditions and techniques as the situation demands it. So this one here, we actually saw this on a YouTube video, but it was done really hastily and didn't seem like it was going to work. And with the bow making practice that we've been having, I thought, you know what? If we get like a 30-pound limb, a pole of 30 pounds or so, I bet we can make that work. And we've gotten poles with this today. These two stakes represent just trees growing out of the ground. So all you need is a dead sapling that lost its rates for sunlight. You know, snap it off. It needs to have some flex in it, enough for one full arm length of pull. When you start with this one, you're going to notice first thing is you're going to get winded a lot sooner than with bow drill because you're using different muscle groups. It's that lawnmower pull muscle, right? But after a while, this one is actually easier than bow drill. You just have to break through that. You're increasing your operational intelligence is what you're doing. You're creating new neural pathways in your whole being to learn a new skill. And once you have it, it's easier than bow drill. Brian, Owen, all these guys here, they've been in the apprenticeship program. If I see that they're getting too comfortable with a skill, we'll either blindfold them or have them do it with left dominant, right dominant, whatever they're not, you know. You got it? Yep. So there's a coal with the lawnmower drill.
Have Owen show his variation for leg drill.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to show your?
Yeah.
Right. So
This is for two.
Which one?
Do the leg.
the
Do
lying
the leg.
one.
Make it look easy.
The
Yeah.
lying one.
Not lying down. Not lying.
we have a
Let's not get
suspicion
crazy.
because the landscape is completely new. 5,000 years ago, our relatives just had raw materials off the landscape. But I'm looking at the new landscape and I see these exercise machines in people's living rooms that just hang laundry. I think, how can we use that to create fire? Right. So here's Owen with his variation on it.
That's perfect.
You guys could just start like a whole exercise video series.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Buns of fire.
Yeah, but
Oh man.
We don't have a name for this one yet. Donkey drill? I don't know. Kick it to the curb drill? The Irish polka?
I always heard I'd be nervous.
I got a muscle cramp in my leg drill.
Nice, yeah. Nice. We're looking for billowing smoke, right? There it is.
this makes sense. Transfer the work to big muscles.
Yeah, we lost our welcome mat. You have a knife?
You need some tinder?
So finally the cloud turning.
I lost it in the grass.
So he had a cold, but he lost it in the grass.
That's
Tim, you
why
want
the
to go up
welcome
next?
mat is important.
Or a lighter.
Knew there was a reason you were wearing that shirt.
All right, bow drill. There's let's see, 4 components. The bow. You need a piece of wood, sapling. That's stiff, but it's got some flex. Okay. It's got to be armpit to palm long. In bushcraft, everything is measured by your body parts. Okay. For me, this is white cedar on white cedar. This is the hearth. This is the spindle. And this is the handhold. Okay. For me, my spindle, I make it thumb thickness and longer than hang loose length. Because I have more top. I'm top heavy, so I tend to burn quicker. So I use up a lot of the spindle. All right, top of the spindle. I want the top of the spindle shaped like a pencil because the spindle is going to be rotating on a smaller point, creating less friction. You don't want the amber in your handhold. You want it down on the bottom. On the bottom, you want it shaped like an acorn, so that all this surface area is creating heat and dust. The dust you want black and small fibers. The hearth you want, for me, thumb thickness, 2 thumbs wide, okay, and the length, whatever. As you get more dirt time, you'll get a better idea. This is about a foot. Shaping. Shaping the. All right, let's get started. What you first do is you dip it.
As far down as you can.
Well, I'm trying to get that float that you
Dad.
Oh, the float, yeah.
Plantain, dandelion,
Visualize it in
and
slow
wood
motion.
clover.
And
I
hand
want a
going forward is
bracelet.
pointed slightly down, and then the hand going back is level. So it's like, and this hand goes down.
She did a video showing what dandelion. Oh, cool. It was really cute. I don't know.
Yeah, at the hand moving forward away from you is always angled slightly downwards, and the hand coming back is level.
pretty close.
Yeah, so your right hand is doing it, but your left hand you need to also, that left hand has to be pointing down as it's going forwards as well. So it's kind of, you're switching like that. It takes a bit of practice to get the flow.
Oh yeah, I'm too retarded to take a long time to get that. It's easy, it's smoke already. Watch your eye.
Ah, come on. Yeah, keep going, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting a lot of dust. That's a good colour too.
Yeah, so you really got it. He's getting enough pressure. I wasn't getting enough pressure. can't get it.
See what you got? That was close. That was pretty close.
Good job, though. That was really good.
Man, you were doing it, man.
What's the drum try?
I know this one is elder.
How's that feel?
I'm not sure.
That makes me easy.
Well, you got me started.
Or like the
You almost had it, man.
I know it. My arms give out. That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've been looking for a string and a crooked branch and a socket. Not to throw it.
I had both my shoulders operated on, and I wanted to try it, and every time I didn't have any, I was convalescing.
My hands is the main thing. I had a little left in my arms, but my hands just stopped wanting to do what I wanted it to do. Like that, and I mean, it just
I didn't even have the muscle memory. I was trying to do that too, and
yeah, I just went going. I couldn't do the float.
well, you got the other one. I didn't get either one.
There you go. All the way down.
I did try it one time a while ago, and I was still kind of hurt. I touched the end with my lip. It wasn't even warm.
Sometimes, I don't know.
How deep did you cut it?
It was pretty good, yeah. I think I hit more than they say I did.
Oh, yeah.
They took X-rays and everything, but I don't know.
Back up and see if you can catch it. Come back there. You ready?
Yeah.
Good job.
I just did one. That was one strike, and you have one strike too.
Okay. Yeah, I talked to her earlier. I would. You just need to get your reps. Yeah. Oh yeah. I talked to Burley earlier. He was over. Jamie Burley was over hanging out, sitting underneath the shade, and I told him I appreciated some of that.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, I bet you some people would jump on that. Should have seen old Brian Robinson today using a hand drill to start fire. Oh yeah, he took them probably about 5 minutes and said he had it. I gave it a shot, but that was very good, you know. I tried, had smoke, and I think I had a cool, but I didn't really do anything with it.
Work it back.
Got a nice blister on my hands from going back and forth.
It was smoking good.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Baby, what are you doing, honey?
Just started a fire to get something to eat here.
What do you want?
Got cool. I know someday, sometime on Wednesday, Brian needs to run home.
Dad, can you show me how to do it with the big one?
I sure will.
Can you show me right here?
Hang on, okay.
I got it.
There you go. Yeah, you did. You just let it sit there and do its thing.
Yeah.
Good job. That's a good bright one too. Yeah. That's awesome. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, not very many people can say they've done that. Really.
Can I blow it, Dad?
No, don't blow it. Leave it alone. That's awesome, man.